This week on Around the Monitor, we talk about the Ooblets controversy, and it gets pretty nasty. Get ready to go Around the Monitor.
Let's go.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for the week of August 8th, the Crazy 88s. I'm your host, King Kaiser, and this is the weekly gaming news talk show where every point you make in a discussion. Really quick, some housekeeping. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, and rate and review us on Apple iTunes, as well as check us out on social media, Around the Monitor, on everything except for Twitter, which is just Around the Manito, because couldn't fit that R on there. New segment for this week. Talking about deals of the week. We've got Mario Tennis Aces is free to download and play the entire game on your Switch from now until August 13th. So please go ahead and download that. Play it. Also should note it's 30% off. So if you like it, keep getting it. DuckTales Remastered is disappearing from all digital storefronts pretty much tomorrow. So if you don't get it now, you're kind of screwed. It's also 75% off. Yes. It's not confirmed, but it's probably something to do with Disney moving some things around.
DuckTales, a boo-hoo.
Yeah.
I feel like that line works for any product ever, though. Like, just because Disney's moving things around, the product hasn't changed. It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Disney might own it. Your car, your bed, like, Disney moving things around. It's going out of business.
My bed is disappearing because Disney's moving things around. Guess I'm sleeping on the floor tonight.
If Disney commands it, man, it happens.
And last deal of the week, For Honor and Alan Wake are both free on the Epic Game Store until the 9th, so pick those up. Even if you don't intend to play them.
For Honor is bad.
Hey, doesn't matter. It's free.
even if you don't intend to play them, pick them up because Epic does then give the developers the money for that. So I think that's just the cool.
It's Epic. Fuck.
God damn it. There's
It's got
we'll get into those hot takes on the Epic Game Store, but let me introduce our guest this week. We've got the fanciest boy in the land, the Dapper Dastard.
It took me way too long to understand why you said Crazy 88s, and I'm a little disappointed in myself.
Oh, yeah. August 8th, 88. He's back in NYC, Baritsu Baru.
And I got a whole new apartment, and I got my own little special cuddly friend.
And last but not least, we've got your own personal cuddly friend, Hio590.
I'm a little too hard to be cuddly, all right?
I wish you hadn't used that adjective.
From all my muscles, dude.
Oh, really wish you hadn't used that adjective.
Hey, if I'd known Wes was doing his fucking cuddly thing, I would have grabbed mine, and we could have had a little cuddle party.
That's true, actually. I could have done the same.
You know what? Next week, it's cuddle party week. I'm declaring it now.
Cuddle boys.
Everybody bring your cuddly friend.
We're the cuddle boys. Yeah. All right. Let's start talking about the fucking news. This was good though.
It's not cuddly at all.
So there's a game, an indie game, Hio's favorite kind of game, called Ooblets, and it's essentially kind of a life sim, farming, hanging out, social link, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I guess what do you call that game? I just said it earlier.
Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley was but Harvest Moon as well. That, but with a slightly different art aesthetic. It seems a little bit more goofy and fun.
You can also catch monsters, so they claim it has a Pokemon element to it as well.
Well, actually,
I hate this game.
I do have a quick video of a trailer I wanted to pull up just to kind of show briefly what this game is, the style of the game. I apologize if the sound is just way loud.
Or the sound is way too soft.
Sorry. Or like you can see here, more of the farming sim stuff. But it seems lighthearted. It seems goofy. You know, it's nothing crazy here. But so they announced this week that they put up a blog post. Oh shoot, I meant to pull the blog post. I think I have it here though. Yes. All right. So they put up a blog post saying, "quote We did the thing." Basically, they go through a maybe a little bit awkwardly long paragraph, making lots of jokes. But then they say, "Hey, we've signed it. We've signed with the Epic Store for PC launch exclusivity." Basically saying what it means for Ooblets. Ooblets will now be launching on PC through the Epic Game Store. We won't be selling the game to other PC stores for a pretty long while. They'll still be launching on the Xbox One, but the Epic Store exclusivity is just limited to PC. And they get cash money up front for the deal so that they can make the game we've always, in their words, they've always wanted with fewer compromises. Why do they do this? They said, because Epic doesn't yet have the same market share as their competitors, they offered us a minimum guarantee on sales that would match what we'd be wanting to earn if we were just selling Ooblets across all the stores. That takes a huge burden of uncertainty off of us because now we know that no matter what, the game won't fail and we won't be forced to move back in with our parents. Now we can just focus on making the game without worrying about keeping the lights on. The upfront money they're providing means we'll be able to afford some more help and resources to start ramping up production and doing some cooler things. They go on to more stuff later, saying like, here's why people don't like the Epic Store, but here's a quote. I'm just scrolling by here. Look at the things going around you and ask yourself if there might be anything just a tad more worthwhile to be upset about. Here are just a few suggestions. Climate change, human rights abuses, the new Twitter desktop UI, the last season of Game of Thrones. And, just basically, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, which I think is why this soured a lot of people. Hayo, you seem to be pretty. Your jimmies seem rustled, so I'd like for you to kind of talk to us about why you think this was a terrible way to roll this out.
My jimmies are incredibly rustled, dude. Just call me. I speak for the gamers when I say fuck these guys. All right. I don't. I got a whole bunch of things I could complain about, but let's just start at the most recent thing you said. Mm-hmm. They made the joke about, aren't there a few more things you should be upset about? And it's like, I could be upset about more than 1 to 5 things at once. Rebecca and the husband, like, fuck you guys. I'm upset about climate change, human rights abuses, and the Twitter desktop, and the way you worded this entire fucking thing. That being said, as annoyed as I am with it, if I had no reason to be invested in this article, I would have saw the aesthetic of the game and probably read the first sentence of this little paragraph of theirs and been like, okay, I have no interest in anything you're doing or anything you're doing because of the way you're presenting it, because of the game itself. Like, everything they're doing doesn't interest me. But since I did read the whole thing, if this is the way they're always talking to their supporters and Discord buddies and stuff, it's just weird. It's kind of cringy. It's patronizing, like, you got to install the Epic Game Store and it's free, so we know you can pick it up. It's like, get the fuck out of here. It's not the money that's making an issue for me. I'm not paying for any of this shit. I don't want to have China, on my computer, stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of shit that's making me mad about it. I could literally just go step by step, but let me just say, I'm not a huge fan of these guys, or the fact that they're, our business won't go bankrupt. It's like, you're two people. Just go out and get jobs. Like, relax. What are you talking about? We're going to have to move back in with our parents. Like, I don't care. Everybody's lived with their parents. Fuck you. Get a real job. Unbelievable. I don't like these guys, man.
Well, apparently a lot of other people didn't like these guys because, should be noted on their personal Patreon, they have just, I think it's like 1,100 supporters there.
It's gone up since then. It's like 1,268 or
really?
Something.
Okay, well that's good news for them. But should be noted that they have been getting thousands, if not tens of thousands, of death threats and terrible messages. Dapper, how do you feel about this response? One, is it warranted? Don't know what you're going to say to that question. But two, what is the path forward for them from this? Because clearly, there's a lot of toxicity aimed their way. I believe one of the developers said that they've pretty much been crying nonstop the last 2 days from some of these threats. Come on, dude.
Fuck these guys. Grow backbone. Kidding me.
I'm taking a point away for that one.
I'm going to lose more by the end of this. I promise.
I'm sure you will. Dapper, take it away.
All right. So, is this post a little patronizing and cringy? Yeah, I do kind of agree with that. Do people have a right to be annoyed that they're doing this Epic exclusive deal? Yeah, you have a right to be annoyed. I mean, I get a lot of people's complaints with Epic. It is not extremely user-friendly, and there is some concern about its ownership rights and data privacy security. So, I mean, is some people reacting negatively okay? Yes. Are the negative reactions we're referring to warranted? Absolutely not. Yeah. Holy shit! What the fuck is wrong with gamers?
Some of these threats are pretty. Not some of them. All of them are really bad.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they probably chose the worst ones to show how bad it is.
For sure.
Yeah, but that's completely fine because it is worth pointing out that, like, what the fuck is wrong with gamers? Like, why do you care this much to react like this? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, okay, you're upset. You're allowed to be, but don't be a dick about it. Mm-hmm. Like, how sad are you in your fucking life that your response to a game being sold on a platform you don't like is to fucking threaten harm against random people you don't know? How fucking sad are you that that's your reaction?
And it should be noted.
Really, really, really sad people.
It should be noted. I would be like willing to venture most of the people sending these death threats weren't supporters of this game in the first place. They're just people coming from the dregs of the internet.
Not. Yeah, they're sad that 8chan's got shut down, so they have to fucking throw their angry vitriol and vomit somewhere else. So they find the most harmless and pointless thing to scream into the void about, and they try and ruin someone else's life because they can find no satisfaction in their own.
Yep. It's a bummer.
Fuck off, gamers.
Well, to be fair, making other people feel bad.
I'm one of you, and you still all need to go fuck off.
Making people feel bad is great. Nothing puts me in a better mood than making somebody else feel worse.
God. Moving on from that, Britsubaru, Epic themselves stepped in and released a statement basically saying, like, hey, like, we've been aware that people have not been happy about, you know, us buying up games for, like, exclusivity windows on here versus Steam. But, like, fucking chill, guys. Like, please, like, just, like, these people don't deserve this hatred, like, this treatment, you know. Do you think Epic making this statement, one, is going to do anything? Two, will it impact them positively or negatively? They might get even more hate. But also, three, do you think this game having this moment right now, this blow-up moment of... I mean, I never would have heard of fucking Ooblets if it wasn't for this, and I'm sure probably most people in this call wouldn't have either. Do you think this is largely going to go forward to positively affect this game?
Well, for the first point, honestly, I think it probably will negatively affect. Because everybody knows feeding the trolls is the best way to get them to keep doing what they're doing. Mm-hmm. So honestly, by acknowledging the death threats and acknowledging it and putting it public, and by the company like Epic making a statement about it, honestly, I think that's worse than if they had just taken a back seat and just ignored it and just been like, it'll go away eventually. Just don't talk about it, because that's the thing, is by talking about it, the trolls have then therefore won.
Yep. And
they then get acknowledgement and be like, look, we got Epic to talk about us. And immediately, as soon as that happens, and they're like, "Oh, let's start some more shit,
Mm-hmm.
and let's get more people to talk about us." So I think Epic should have just taken a back seat and just let it run its course.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as honestly publicity for the thing, I mean, it's very cliche, but all publicity is good publicity,
Mm-hmm.
or no publicity is bad publicity, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But truly, like, honestly, I do think that this probably will, because the people who are doing this, I guarantee you, are in the minority of gamers in general.
Oh yeah.
So honestly, I think the regular gamers,
Mhm.
the casuals, if you will get wind of this game, and I think a lot of people. There's a huge market for people who love Harvest Moon, who love Animal Crossing, who love
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley.
That game is
Oh my god, a
madly
lot of those
popular.
games are huge.
Mhm.
And so I think some people will hear about this and they'll be like, "Oh, it's like a 3D Stardew Valley kind of dealy," and look more into it. Honestly, I think this probably will positively affect the company. And here's the thing: no matter what, like they said, they're coming out of this on top.
Mhm.
They signed a deal with Epic, and Epic's like, "We're gonna pay you forward." So, like, yeah, it sucks a lot.
Yeah,
and
you gotta imagine. I don't know how much they're selling this game for, what their planned market is, but like, you gotta imagine they're probably getting like somewhere between in like the high tens of thousands, or like maybe even a multiple hundred thousands of dollars, just
Right.
like that. Which, oh my god, that would change anybody's life, really.
right.
So
And here's the thing: for them, this is the same as the Area 51 storming. Like, ain't none of these internet troll gamers gonna try and kill anybody, but it still is awful, and it doesn't justify it, and it's ridiculous that they even have to go through this.
Let's see here. Next up, we've got breaking news, folks. So breaking so hard that Dapper had to run away from his computer. But Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation have agreed to crack down on loot boxes moving forward. They say they all signed an agreement saying any games on their platforms sometime in the year 2020 will have to list the statistics of occurrences on loot boxes. So what percentage it would be. So you kind of at least have an idea of your odds. You're not just pumping hundreds of dollars into a game. I think people will still do it, but transparency is better. I think we'd all agree that.
I guess. I don't know if it doesn't do anything, does it matter? Like, oh, I got a 50% chance of winning. Let's do it.
Well, I know.
Oh, I missed it 50 times in a row. Oh man.
And
Gotta keep playing.
Combining both of these stories together, loot boxes and Epic Game Store hate. Psyonix, the creators of Rocket League, who are now also owned by Epic, has announced that they are removing loot boxes from their game later this year. Basically, they said, "Hey, we also now have that Epic Game Store money, so if you want to buy something, you can just buy it. You just pay the whatever to get the decal you want, the skin you want for your tiny robot cars. You don't have to play loot boxes. Yay!"
Ooh.
Someday I dream that I'll find something that will make Hayo happy, but until that day,
Yep.
Here we are.
The episode that I missed was like my episode. Talking about Minecraft, it was fucking great.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, so it was kind of shitty, but...
Well, you're gonna get your choice here, because right now you are in last place with 3 points. We've got 4 more topics for this episode. Everybody's gonna get to pick one, and we'll close it out. But let me read through the topics here. We've got Evo made a bad joke, and people thought that Solid Snake was going to be a DLC character for Tekken 7. The ESA leaked personal data for over 2,000 press and influencer attendees of E3. There's now an update of Ninja on Mixer. He's doing really well and just hit 1 million subscribers in 1 week. And Rockstar Lincoln, the Rockstar studio that was most infamous for its culture of crunch, has been making some changes in the positive. Hayo, where are you taking us first?
Give me the ninja one.
All right. Take it away. Ninjas.
So, Ninja leaving for Mixer is sort of a case of the thing Epic is doing. They're going for the exclusivity. They're buying games away from other people, Steam in particular. And everybody pretty much agrees we don't like that very much, or they're indifferent to it. On the other side of the coin, I think the more positive side of this coin, we have Ninja leaving Twitch to go to Mixer. And I think it's a little bit different with personalities. You're not on Twitch for Twitch. You know, if you like watching I'm a Cutie Pie, you'll watch him on YouTube, you watch him on Twitch, you watch him on Mixer, wherever he goes, you'll follow the personality. Mm-hmm. And Twitch has been having a lot of bad press lately. They've been banning people for saying things that they didn't say. They've been mishearing stuff and then doubling down on their decisions when everyone's like, no, I think you guys are wrong on this. They've been banning Dr. Disrespect's been doing some weird stuff, but it's like some of it's borderline, whatever. Some of it's kind of bad, but he's been getting nailed by Twitch a few times. So Ninja, this big, super big, high-profile mainstream Twitch guy, goes to Mixer, gets 1 million subs. Side note, Mixer was giving away free subs for like a month or something when Ninja came. So they're like, hey, if you guys come over to Mixer, you get a free sub back, so you don't have to pay. If you were already subbed to him, you don't have to redo that. So it's not really like, oh, damn, he just made like double the money for this month. It's like, no, they pretty much comped him for 1 million subs in addition to giving him some money up front. But they don't, they didn't say that in the article. So people are like, damn, this guy, Ninja, he's doing pretty well. Maybe I need to go. Maybe, Tim the Tap Man, Tyler One, some of these other big names, Offline TV or something. Maybe they're like, oh, Ninja's doing pretty well. Let me go over to Mixer too.
I don't know who any of these people are, you just said.
Hey, the gamers know, all right? Okay, just take it easy. Pokimane, you know Pokimane?
Yeah, I've heard of her once.
Okay, Pokimane. She's like, oh, let me go over to Mixer. Do my cam girl thing over there. And people are like, hell yeah, dude, we'll follow you over there, Pokey. I think this is good. This is cool. I'm happy for Ninja. I'm glad he's happy. His entire press run coming up to this, super positive, very funny. He had a neat little video that came out that was clever and cute. So I think this is super cool. I hope Mixer does okay. Like I don't mind Mixer. I don't mind Twitch honestly right now because I'm super small on both of them. So it's like who cares? But if Mixer provides some decent competition or forces Twitch to be better just by being there, more power to everybody involved.
Now, I do want to throw this back in your face. It does kind of sound like what Epic is doing with Steam here. Am I wrong?
No, I'd say it's the exact same thing, but I think it's different with the personalities. It's okay when they do it. And like, what is Steam doing wrong that Epic is trying to steal from them? Like, are people complaining about Steam and saying, oh, we don't like the way they do this or that? Or is it like the developers?
The gamers aren't, but the developers are.
Yeah, here's the thing. We've already, as gamers, have decided we don't give a fuck about developers because all this shit about crunch is coming out and we're still buying their games. Red Dead Redemption 2, most sold game of all time or something stupid.
Not even, no. It's yeah, for that.
Okay, for 2018.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the developers. The developers do.
Yeah.
And Epic says they do, but they just want to make money.
I'm
and
sure.
you're going to make money by having people buy off your store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's owned by Microsoft. I'm sure they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, they want money.
Yeah, I'm okay with them doing it. I don't care about them in that regard. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Twitch is being a bitch lately. Steam hasn't done me wrong. They've been around for 15 years. They fixed a lot of shit. They've got a pretty solid product. Might screw over the developers a little bit. We don't care. Who cares about the developers?
All right, they just make the things we love.
They make indie games. Fuck them.
I hate you. Let's the two of you are tied, but he's back in the city. I'll give this one to Britzy Barrow. He's got his cuddly boys. Which topic would you like to pick next?
I'll talk about E3 making a big old whoopsie.
Yeah, it's a pretty big old whoopsie.
Honestly, I think the first point of order about this is what does this mean for the future of E3?
That's the big picture problem for sure.
Right. And honestly, the short answer to that question is I don't think it really matters what happens to E3. E3 is basically, at this point, a hype train. It used to be something different. It used to be kind of like a stockholder reassurance seminar, where they would kind of crunch some numbers and let stockholders know, hey, look, we're on an upward slope. Look how great we're doing. But it has not been that for like 5 years now. So honestly, without E3, hype will still be created. That is how games sell. Games sell off of hype. Nintendo will still come out with Nintendo Direct. PlayStation will do PlayStation Direct or whatever the hell they're going to call it.
God, what is it called? PlayStation State of Play. State of Play.
State of Play. And honestly, without E3, I'm sure Xbox will do the Xbox Microcast or something.
They have something inside Xbox is what they call it.
Right. So honestly, with no E3, I do still think at the same time of year, I think that potentially there is call for each game dev slotting out its own, like, hey, this is our big thing. It's going to be a private event. You can tune in on Twitch or Mixer or wherever the hell from the comfort of your own home. It's totally fine. There's a million reasons for you to get hyped.
Yeah.
So at this point, I do think E3 is probably not going to be around too much longer, especially because of this. And I guarantee you there's going to be some class action lawsuits coming out from all these journalists.
Oh, yeah.
And the ESA is going to be suffering a lot.
That's a huge egg on their face. Like,
oh yeah, and there's so many other game shows. Like there's the Tokyo Game Show.
There's that. There's all the PAXs. Yeah, I think.
Right. So if with no E3, it'll be like a little nostalgia tear will fall from my face. But I think it's going to be fine.
I guess it should be noted. Essentially, the personal data, so the email address, the phone number, and home address of a lot of over 2,000 press and media influencers were leaked. Literally, it was just like a Excel document you could download from their website and be like, oh shit! Now I have Pokemon's home address and her phone number. If
should be paying.
I was like, oh, can I get that phone number?
Mayo, you disgust me.
Wow, I didn't even. Excellent.
Yeah. Dapper, where are you bringing us home? We talking about Solid Snake, or are we talking about Rockstar Lincoln?
No, I think the Evo bad joke's not really very interesting.
Hey, it's memes in the dreams.
Yeah, but it's not that funny.
I know.
Meme. I can still meme while actually talking about something important. If I drop down to the Rockstar topic.
Absolutely, take it away.
All right, so short story short, long story short actually, but as we talked about on prior episodes, and one episode specifically, Rockstar had a pretty bad piece written about it, dealing with its crunch culture and how badly it treats some of its employees. In an attempt to do a bit better, they've made a couple of changes. Some small ones like letting employees keep their phones on them, which is sort of just common sense. And one pretty big one is that they've now changed their game testers from independent contractors to full-time employees. And if you know anything about like employment law, or honestly any bit of law in general, the difference between an independent contractor and a full-time employee is pretty massive. The safety, the security, the benefits of an employee are all much better. Sure, you obviously lose a degree of control, but you're a game tester. You don't really have that much control to begin with. So the status of being an independent the benefits of being an independent contractor were meaningless for game testers. It was only so the company could more easily dispose of them and give them less benefits. So this is actually really good. This is a very good thing Rockstar has done. But what I do want to say is I still think Rockstar is a piece of shit. Because at the end of the day, doing the bare minimum is still not fixing your problems. Yes, these are very good things. These are improvements. but these are also things that probably shouldn't have been that way in the first place and should have been fixed a long time ago. Rockstar is still dealing with the fact that recently it looks like they've been avoiding corporate taxes in the UK for a significantly long time.
Yeah.
And this new GTA casino thing they're doing, I have insane problems with. Because if we think loot boxes are gambling, then what is actual gambling? Like, they're literally putting a casino inside of a game they damn well know is played by a lot of teenagers. And this is still a far cry from fixing the extent of their crunch culture. So, like, while I'm glad they've made this step, and I'm very glad for the game testers who are in a better position, I'm still super pissed at Rockstar, and I still think they're being real shitty. In a lot of different ways. So I guess my final point is doing the bare minimum to be decent does not save you enough. I still have a lot of beef with Rockstar, and I need to see a lot more of them before they get back in my good graces. Even though, again, as Hyra's pointed out, most gamers don't care, and this is all just in one ear and out the other for them.
So you would say that they haven't quite yet got their Red Dead Redemption.
I would not say that, no. I would not say that because that pun's bad.
But that's going to do it for this week. This week's winner, well, I guess I should say, Hio590 and Baritsu Baru. Time to go home and become a family man. Dapper, are you ready?
I'll give a kitty point because of my cuddly thing.
Well, I could give it to you, but then it would be tied, so no.
Well, good
how
thing
about
I
this?
have two
Oh
cuddly
shit!
friends.
Well, I'm gonna give.
You already used those in the opener. You don't get a double dip.
I gave Dapper 3 extra points and gave you 2 extra points. So. Dapper, are you ready for your minute to win it?
I am actually.
All right, please take it away.
All right. So my minute to win it is a brief shout out.
Wait. I swear to God, it was ready.
See, this is just saying that you should have picked me. This is just divine intervention.
Well, okay. Start talking. I'll make it work.
Are you sure?
Yep.
All right. So my minute to win it is a piece of advice for people. I recently got a weighted blanket. This is a 20-pound blanket, essentially.
Holy crap.
For people who have anxiety or are restless sleepers or like the feeling of security and comfort, this is a great purchase. This will actually really help you sleep better. I have very bad dreams and toss and turn a lot in my sleep. A lot of it's from anxiety, and this has actually helped a fair amount in recent days. So my minute to win it is just to encourage you, if you have sleeping problems, look into getting yourself a weighted blanket. Maybe it'll help you, and everyone deserves to sleep nicely. So that's my minute to win it. Hopefully it helps someone.
God damn, I'm so jealous. I've seen ads for those, and I've just been like, oh, we've got Romance of the Century in the bottom right here. Porcupine and dogs coming together.
Don't show that bestiality on stream. You'll get banned.
We're violating Twitch terms of service.
Oh, yeah. Like crazy.
Guess we have to switch to Mixer.
Yeah, time to go to Mixer. Damn it.
Time to go to Mixer. Microsoft, hook us up.
Please hit us up with those free subs on Mixer. Mixer.com. Is it a .com? I have no idea what even it is.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it's .gov, actually.
Yeah, I think
it's a government. It's a government.
It's actually owned by the government.
Twitch or Ninja is now a government employee.
It's mixer.edu. It's actually a university.
Ninja is actually a triple agent.
Who are the two people he betrayed?
The gamers and
Twitch.
And Twitch, yeah. It is.
Then we thought he was a gamer. Then we thought he was looking for Twitch, but really he was looking for Mixer.
Ninja's the new J. Edgar Hoover.
Wait, what? I don't think that works.
Well, do we have anything to plug this week before we sign off?
Yeah, my plug was my minute to win it. So
that's fair. Hio?
If you do end up picking For Honor, add me, Hio590, on For Honor. I'll definitely play with people. Hell yeah. fucking love that game.
Important to note, too, if you watch the show or listen to the show and you have any interest in being on this show, please reach out to us because, as you can see this week, we were short-staffed. So, and I'd love to get some fresh faces on here. Just don't be weird, you know. Maybe
Don't randomly ask us to play Ark.
Honestly, it can't be as. I don't think anybody can be as weird as Hayo.
Yeah, I mean,
You'd be surprised.
you're all right. We got Reckless Rakan out there, so.
He wasn't a complete weirdo.
No, he wasn't.
It was weird that he was there.
Yeah, that's what it was.
unexpected.
That was what it was. All right, but I think that's gonna do it for this week. Oh, Britzabar, do you want to plug anything?
Sure, I'll give a suggestion about a board game real quick that you guys should play. It's called Detective City of Angels.
Oh.
If you like LA Noir or like the style of like that era LA type of gumshoe detective thing, it's a really awesome narrative board game. It's a kind of a 1v all type of setup. It's produced by a studio called Van Ryder Games. It was kickstarted, and it potentially is not ever going to be retailed. So if you can find it somewhere for cheap, you should get it because it is not. I found it at Gen Con for $100, and I swiped it up because I think a lot of people are going to sell it for more than that.
Nice.
Wait, dude, were you at Gen Con?
I was.
Dude, I was over there like a couple days ago.
What?
Gen Con's like 20 minutes away from me. I
From
didn't go.
Indiana-
I was just there.
Oh,
for
no
something
way.
else.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in Indianapolis all last weekend.
Next time, dude, I'll mention something when Gen Con comes.
Nah, don't trust Hayo. You can come to his hometown and he won't fucking hang out with you. So.
I was working the entire weekend, but one of those jobs did have me downtown for like 15 minutes when Gen Con happened.
Right. Well,
So there you go.
just never get a job working in game development, Hayo.
Also, met Clint McElroy. That was super fun.
I'm very jealous of that. All right, but that's going to do it for this week of Around the Monitor. Tune in to us next week, same time, same place, 7:30. Well, actually, today we're recording on a Wednesday, but normally it's 7:30 p.m. on Thursdays, Eastern times, and go live on YouTube and iTunes the next day. Yeah, I think that's it for now. But until next time, this has been Around the Monitor.